Hello there, I'm June Ranson, Licensed Immigration Advisor, appointed by the New Zealand Government and work with Woburn International. I own and established this company 29 years ago. Thank you for joining me with the 7th edition on how New Zealand is moving forward from COVID-19 and what is the impact so far. So to update you on what's happening with New Zealand immigration and how our government is managing the pathway through to get the New Zealand economy going, let's get started. We're still at level 2 and probably will be for at least another 2 weeks, even though we have no new cases. And this record has been the same for the past 8 days. There's a strong opinion in the country that we should be at level 1. This is a long weekend with a statutory holiday on Monday known as Queen's Birthday. People are really making the most of this, taking holidays around the country, boosting our tourism industry, which has been sadly suffering since the borders closed. We are in unprecedented times and we can see the government is making up the rules as they go along. However, with the borders closed, I can report that people are coming in, at least a minimum of 200 per day and greater on some days. In fact, we're talking thousands, all handled very quietly under a cloak of secrecy. Now, I'm very much caught up with supporting the migrants on the basis of fairness and natural justice, and have featured in the New Zealand media several times in the last few weeks, most recently yesterday. Now, this most recent interview was triggered on learning that James Cameron, director of film Avatar, is preparing for a sequel, so a large crew of migrants were let in. Now, whilst it's good that filming is going to commence again and create jobs for New Zealanders, the issue is what's the rationale for this? These migrants here to ensure equipment runs smoothly, okay, but we've got a double standard. So here in New Zealand companies, they've got needs of such specialised people with these skills, but they're not allowed in. Now, I mentioned to you last week about the lead agencies and what our governments, they're the government departments through which the New Zealand employers have to get approval from their industries. And the lead agencies then writes a report so that the minister can write permissions. What a farce. This is the most disorganised process by the government. And I say process because there really isn't one. Only a way to let New Zealand companies think the government is doing something for them. Now, enough about the challenging issues we face in these uncharted waters. New Zealand is a good country. And whilst things are messy at the moment, look, it will sort. And the need for highly skilled people are going to be required. And they're well recognised, along with investors to help rebuild the country. What a brilliant opportunity to start planning on a relocation to this country. There are so many infrastructure projects requiring injection of funds, along with redevelopment programs for housing and businesses. So do take a look at us and have a chat with me. Now, Immigration New Zealand are operational with 97% of their staff operating in New Zealand. So we should start to show movement in lodged applications. Now, whilst they do have an escalation process to get your visas through more quickly, you've got to have good support from the employer and you've got to have a really good, justifiable reason for urgency. Now, to those of you who have had your visas automatically extended by immigration until 25 September, do look at receiving a confirmation advice, which will go to the last email address that was provided to them. And do be aware, you are entering into shark-infested waters regarding what is next for you after this date. Regarding the migrants in Queenstown who have lost their jobs due to the virus and the borders being closed, hence no overseas tourists, and there's approximately 7,000 of you. Now, I've been involved in speaking up for you, and next week, immigration, compliance, the Ministry of Social Welfare, they're coming down to be with you for 3 weeks. Now, on hearing about this, the immigration industry was really concerned, as immigration is only coming with compliance to talk to you collectively to plan your departure when the borders open. They're not responding to your individual situations. Now, to ensure that you're given a fair chance, the industry, we're providing at no charge some guidance. So look out for our independent advisors and lawyers. They're here to help you. Now, if you need additional information or assistance with immigration needs, look, contact me or my team at Woburn International. So until next week, thank you for listening. Keep safe and healthy.